Hey guys, I'm Matthew, and I created my own Pokemon business called Pokelution. So today I just wanted to talk about Japanese booster boxes, like why there's so many, why there's different types, what's included in a booster box, and how to spot fakes. So first, why Japanese? Japanese booster boxes have a guaranteed pull rate for each box, so that means you have a better chance to pull your dream card for your collection. Um, they also have a higher print quality. Japanese printing is done in Japan by Pokemon themselves, whereas English are done in the US by third parties. So their printing is not as accurate and it changes all the time depending on the third party. So that's why you usually see more crimped cards or off-center cards in English rather than Japanese. Also, artwork and quality look much better in Japanese when comparing cards. Um, and a good example is the Moonbryon from Evolving Skies or Eevee Heroes. You can see the quality is much different and it looks much better in Japanese. Usually some of the cards, they have more vibrant colors, they have more detail, smoother finishes, and better card edges. And lastly, the values compared show that Japanese can be a better bang for your buck, as boxes are much cheaper in Japanese, but the top chases of the value isn't too far away from the English value. Plus, the guaranteed hit in a booster box makes it really good for your money, and a really good obvious choice for collectors. Now, between Japanese and English booster boxes, there are some differences between the structure and terminology. Japanese sets are released earlier than English, but they also have more boxes compared to English. So 2 or 3 boxes of Japanese could equal one English set, because the reason is that they release each set as a theme set which focus on Pokemon or mechanics. But for English, they just consolidate them to make it easier and for broader appeal, basically. And then in terms of terminology, the rarities of the cards are still the same, but they just have different names. So if you're familiar with English rarities, these are just the comparisons to Japanese. So starting from the bottom, it's all the same until you get to the illustration rares in English, which is an art rare in Japanese. Then an ultra rare is a super rare, a special illustration rare is a special art rare, a hyper rare is an ultra rare, and finally a shiny ultra rare is a shiny super rare. Now for the different types of booster boxes. So first is the main expansion or standard subset boxes. These are part of the larger block of main expansion to the Pokemon TCG. They usually introduce brand new Pokemon, trainer cards, and energy, and they often debut game-changing mechanics like V-Star, V-Max, and V, and they form the standard for competitive play. So these booster boxes have 30 packs with 5 cards in each pack. And this is just an example. So this is the Heatwave Arena, part of the new recent set that came out. So this box is the main expansion, and they usually look like this, where they're more wide, but height is slim. Now next is a high class pack. A high class pack is a premium product designed for collectors and enthusiasts, so it often guarantees rare cards and exclusive bonuses. They're not part of the standard booster boxes, but they're rather made and limited edition releases packed with high value pools. These packs are more collector focused. They have more art rares and character cards. And these boxes have 10 packs with 10 cards in each pack. Example would be like the famous Terrestrial Festival. So these boxes are much slimmer, but a bit thicker in height compared to a standard. They fit 10 packs in one of these. And yeah. So lastly is the special expansions. So these are themed collector focused sets that aren't part of the competitive main expansion series. They often feature unique gimmicks. So a popular one would be 151, where it was set to reintroduce the Gen 1 Pokemon, the original 151 Pokemon, and get them back into a new reprint. Another example would be Pokemon Go, where they base it around the mobile game Pokemon Go. And lastly is the 25th anniversary collection, which is to celebrate the 25 years, but it includes many reprints of popular Pokemon. Now, these boxes actually don't have a set amount of packs and cards, so they kind of differ. So depending on what you want to get, you should definitely research what packs and how many cards are included in each box, because they're not set and they can be different. Now onto the pull rates. So Japan is very against gambling, so they actually include guaranteed hits in the booster boxes. You can find this information on my website at pokelution.com.au. Each product that I list booster boxes, I actually have what's generally found inside in terms of hits. And I say generally and usually because it's not actually confirmed by Pokemon themselves, but it's pretty confirmed between the community that based on everyone pulling the boxes, that these are the hits that generally would come, or so like we do say guarantee these hits. So yeah. So you have a boost box. Is it a main expansion or subset? These boxes have 30 packs with 5 cards per pack. They have the number 5 on the box to indicate how many cards there are per pack, and they're usually shaped like this. These ones have 1 super rare or better, so you could get an ultra rare or SAR instead, 3 art rares and 4 double rares. But depending on which box you get, if an A-Spec has been printed in that set and onwards, you could also get 1 A-Spec in that booster box as well. So definitely check your booster box and check on TCG Player on what cards there are, so you'll know what you can get. Now, is your box a high class box? So these boxes are 10 packs with 10 cards per pack. They have the number 10 on them to indicate how many cards there are per pack, and they're usually shaped like this, a bit slimmer that way but thicker on height. And for pull rates, they differ between boxes, so I suggest seeing the hits on my website for each box that you want to look at. But for the recent ones, so which is Terrestrial Festival and Shiny Treasure are the most recent high class boxes. So Terrestrial Festival actually has 1 special art rare, 3 reverse holos, there's no Master Ball guarantee for that, 1 A-Spec and 9 double rares. For a Shiny Treasure, this set is based on shiny Pokemon, so it has 1 full art shiny, 3 baby shinies, and 9 double rares. There's also a possibility of pulling a super rare or better instead of a baby shiny. So I also, again, recommend looking at TCG Player on what cards are included in a set, so you know what you're looking for and what you can aim for. Now, the last one is the special expansion again. So these don't have a usual amount of packs or cards, as I said before. So you can refer to my website if I have the product there. But most likely the most recent one is 151, which you will see. It has 20 packs with 7 cards per pack. And it has 1 Master Ball reverse holo, 1 super rare or better, 3 art rares, and 4 to 5 double rares. This may be the most important topic of today, how to spot fake boxes. So firstly, and more obviously, use trusted sellers. It may be difficult these days because of the large amount of sellers online, but try to research as much as possible and use reviews. And secondly, always remember that this industry is growing in terms of fake boxes. So what I say today, you may not see all the time, and fakes may be getting more complicated and better, so it may be harder to see. But this is just a general overview of what you can usually spot to know that it's a fake box. So you bought a booster box, but you don't know if it's real or not. So first signs are text or images on the box. This might be obvious if you bought boxes before, but for new collectors, the most common fakes would have incorrect fonts, incorrect set descriptions, and typos. This all can be confirmed by searching the box online and comparing. There's no variations on boxes, so what you see online, you should definitely see in your hand. So next is the plastic wrap. So the wrap should feel like Glad wrap and be tight. Where the plastic wrap has been closed on the top and the bottom of boxes, you'll see more of a T-shaped closure on these points, whereas a fake one you would not. The shrink lines like this and in between should be smooth with no extra creases. Next is you'll see the top or bottom of the box with them bunched up like this. You might not see it on every top and bottom like this, so it's only one side is bunched up, but you'll definitely see how the creases are smooth and the T-shapes are still there. And lastly, you have really small holes in the Glad wrap. This is done on purpose to let the air out. And this is done by the manufacturing, so you might need a microscope or glasses to see, but there are very small holes. I don't know if you can see it here, but there are small holes, and these aren't uniform, so it might not be in the same place in each box. So just have a look around, and you can ask the seller to maybe look for these holes as well, and make sure that they send you photos. Lastly would be using an X-ray. Of course, this is probably not applicable to you. It's probably only if you're using an authenticating company or something, but using an X-ray would be able to spot it because you will be able to see how the packs are lined up, and they should be all the same. So that's all, everyone. Thank you for watching until the end of this video. If you're interested in any Japanese product, check out my store at percolution.com.au. I only ship in Australia, unfortunately, and I also guarantee authenticity, and I offer your money back if it is not. So thank you again, and if you like this content, please like, subscribe, and comment any questions you have. I will be definitely sure to reply. Thank you.